Why do Jews dip their bread in salt before eating the challah on the Erev of Shabbat, in the evening on Shabbat? Judaism is full of strange shamanic rituals which pertain to the time of the temple, and some of them we keep doing in very ordinary ways around the family table. And rituals make no sense if they're not meaningful to us. And so here is a wonderful, beautiful Kabbalistic explanation of this ritual from Parashat Korach. Towards the end of the parasha, the text tells us about the offerings that the Levites and the Kohanim are going to be eating, right? Every first portion is going to go to them and it's going to be their food. But before they eat it, they have to dip it in salt. And that's what's called Brit Melach, the covenant of salt. And according to the Ramban, Nachmanides, salt is a very precious element because it contains both the energy of fire and water. It's basically dried water, right? Water that's been dried with the heat of the sun, and then these crystals of salt appear. And so he says it has Korach ha'esh, it has the power of fire within water. And on a Kabbalistic level, water is chesed, that's loving kindness, that's overflow, that's unconditional love, that's the motherly archetype. And fire embodies the masculine archetype, gvura, boundary setting, strength. On a Kabbalistic level, it's also din, severity, as the capacity of actually setting healthy boundaries and limits. And the teaching of salt is to remind us that we need to address everything in the world, any relationship, with a balance of these two energies, chesed and gvura, din and rachamim, severity and compassion, loving kindness, and the strength of setting healthy boundaries. And so here is my question for you. Where in your life do you feel you need to reestablish the balance, to tilt towards more gvura, more boundary setting, or more chesed towards your kids, towards your colleagues, towards your partner, towards anyone? Do you tend to be a little bit too harsh, and then maybe you need to bring more love? Do you need to be a little bit too understanding, compassionate, but then you don't feel respected? And maybe you need to learn to set more healthy boundaries. This is what we learn from this very simple embodied ritual of dipping bread into the salt. So remember this Shabbat, when you're going to be blessing your bread and dipping it into the salt, that this is what we're talking about. We're reminding ourselves through this of the necessary balance between kindness and healthy boundaries. Shabbat Shalom.